appreciate the time being here to learn more about, what I was asked to talk about, what I'm passionate about is turning prospects into referral sources. And one thing I went through a couple of weeks ago with a handful of others, I went through Renee Rodriguez's Amplify event, and leaving that event, it became very clear to me, like everything that I do, like something I'm very passionate about and something I focus on within my business, not only with my clients, but like everything I do within our business is a lot around education. So each one of us on this call here, I know, has their own unique story, what makes them unique, what unique value proposition they bring to the table, not only for their clients, but their referral sources. And being able to really tap into that would be my encouragement to you all, is to really tap into that and think about, what makes you unique. Because if you're able to tap into that successfully, which we can help you with, you're going to be able to generate referrals as easy as possible. So I'm going to kind of share some of the tips and strategies that I use today in terms of, not only when I think of prospects, I think of like leads or clients or past clients. I'm going to talk a little bit about that, but I'm also going to talk a little bit more about just how to generate business in general, not only with previous clients or even current leads, but also how to do that with referral sources such as realtors, anyone else that you're working with. Realtors on my end generate, primarily probably 75 to 80+% of the leads that we get on a yearly basis. So I'm going to talk about three main things when it comes to this. Number one being the when and how to ask for the business. Obviously there's some things that I'm going to share with you in terms of what that looks like throughout different points of the process, not only for, again, leads, clients, prospects, but also your referral partners, realtors as well. The social media CRM, I'm going to talk a little bit more about how to generate leads when you're not even talking to realtors, having visibility at all points in time. A lot of that's done obviously through social media. And then obviously the importance of prospects as referral sources, and Sean alluded to it earlier. Success is a customer that creates another customer, which builds a lifelong relationship and a bulletproof business that's not just built on transactions, but rather relationships for years to come. So those are the three main things I'm going to talk about. So the when and how to ask for business. Number one, like I mentioned earlier, share your story, what makes you unique. That's going to really help you connect not only with your buyers, your clients that you're working with, but also your referral partners. And if you can develop that story, develop that connection, obviously that's going to do what? Develop a relationship, right? And relationships going to put you in a position to be able to pass business to one another, which again is going to not create a transaction-based business, but also more so a referral-based business. So think about truly what makes you unique, whether it's education or different programs or just whatever your story is in and of itself, that really resonates with your clients and your referral partners, that make them want to work with you, right? People want to work with people that they like, know, and trust, obviously. So a lot of that has to do with what your story is and how you can connect to that story. One of the things I will talk about is the 3x3 method. So I'm not a big pushy, salesperson where, I know there's some coaching programs out there outside of U-Mortgage I'm speaking of, that are very direct on, asking for like firm introductions to people that are buying or whoever it may be. I'm a little bit more casual and laid back when it comes to that. So this 3x3 method that I am talking about here I use this a lot for previous clients. I should do a better job of asking for it when I'm talking to pre-approvals or even leads for the first time. But the 3x3 method is hey, who's on the call here? Hey, Chad Catani from, let's see, Chad's a buyer. Hey, Chad, it's been great talking to you today. Sounds like the home and the mortgage are working well for you, doing everything it needs to do for you and your situation financially. Like I mentioned before, if you know any family, friends, or colleagues, so there's 3 family, friends, colleagues that are looking to buy, sell, or refinance. So there's the other 3x3. Please keep me in mind. We'd love to take great care of them, much like we have for you throughout the entire process here. So I try to connect that to whatever the situation was. So let's say, Chad, bought his first home through me. He's a first-time home buyer. We accomplished his goal of buying a first home together. And let's say I'm talking to him a year later doing our annual mortgage check-in. I'll be more specific with that 3x3 method. Hey, Chad, I know we helped you with your first home purchase. It sounds like everything's working out fantastic for you. You're loving the house. You're doing things to the house to make it your own. Like we helped you with your first home. If you know any other first-time home buyers like yourself, whether it's family, friends, colleagues that are looking to, again, buy, sell, or refinance, keep us in mind. We'll take great care of them, much like we did with your first home purchase. So that way they know they can connect it to, one, you helped them with their first home purchase, but they're able to resonate with perhaps other people that are also looking to do the exact same thing and go through the exact same experience that they went through when you help them. So that's what that 3x3 method is. Family, friends, colleagues, buy, sell, refinance. That's the 3x3. So day one, when in house. So the when, I mean, there's really never a bad time to ask for referrals. I put this little timeline here from the initial call to the middle of the process, post-closing. I kind of talked about what that post-closing process looks like a little bit, but really anytime a client, in my opinion, says thank you or gives you positive feedback, that's a great segue to be able to ask for or be able to insert that 3x3 method. Let them know how you build your business. A lot of buyers or clients that you work with, they quite frankly may not know how your business is built. Obviously, a lot of us here our business is built on referrals, right? We're a referral-based business, and that's what makes us so successful from one year to the next. It's not transactions, it's relationships. Relationships are developed by what? Referrals that are given to us, right? So let them know how your business is built. Let them know that, saying, hey, much like you got introduced to us through your realtor, we look to build our business the exact same way. So if you know any family, friends, or colleagues that are looking to buy, sell, or refinance, we would love a great introduction to them. So it's not asking for a direct introduction, but you're planting that seed really as early as possible to be able to let them know, hey, if someone's going through the exact same experience that they're going through with you, let them know that you would love to help them too. Because again, a lot of clients don't know that, and they take that for granted. And we don't do a good enough job explaining that's how our business is built over time. Realtors. So obviously, realtors in and of itself, I can do a separate sales huddle on this in terms of how to extract leads from realtors. But one of the things that I find very successful with in terms of branding yourself to a wider audience or casting a wider net to realtors is leveraging the use of what's called one-to-many. So we do a lot of different lunch and learns, different seminars. We have offices that we're partnered with to where we go to their sales meetings, and those environments or events that we go to. We also host happy hours. All these different things have one thing in common: it brings people together, right? Or we're talking or have exposure to a large number of these realtors in a one specific setting. I always think it's more advantageous to talk in front of 10 realtors than it is to share that same message with one realtor. Obviously, there's benefits and cons to both, but if you can get in front of a group of 10 realtors and share things that are going to help drive their business forward, and you're able to also connect with them in that setting, that's going to be much more impactful to casting a wider net versus just doing it on a one-to-one basis. And those meetings are still important too. Those meetings still have a place in terms of building that relationship, but to be able to cast a wider net, think about the leverage and the use of one-to-many. I think, quick show of hands here, just do a quick reaction. Who all has had coffee or lunch with a realtor before? I should hopefully see a ton of reactions. There we go. So at least a couple of you guys, so that's good. What's stopping you guys from meeting with one of your top referral partners over coffee or lunch and asking them to bring one of their colleagues along in their office? Again, leveraging the use of one-to-many. It's not that big of a difference there, but what's any different than having lunch with one realtor versus two realtors? So again, leveraging the use of one-to-many. Think about that next time you get lunch with one of your closest relationships, or coffee, whatever it is that you do that you can connect with ask them for a favor, bring one of their colleagues along you maybe not have met before. And again, you're better off now. You're still going to develop a great connection with them because it's a setting of 3 people. But why not leverage that use of one-to-many strategy to, again, cast a wider net, build more relationships. That's going to do what? Provide you more opportunities to earn their business. So that covers kind of the when and how of not only how to use that for leads, previous clients, active buyers, also referral partners, realtors as well. So I'm kind of covering both aspects of it there. Here we go. Social media CRM. So this can be obviously, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. I know we here at UMortgage have a huge emphasis on social media. Before I came here to UMortgage, I did not have a very strong presence with social media. I didn't, wasn't one, confident with it, and 2, wasn't consistent enough to where I thought it would make a difference in my business. And I made a conscious effort, learning from others that are even here on this call today, that social media can be a huge asset when it comes to branding. And again, leveraging the use of one-to-many. I'm going to share an example with you here in a moment of just some of the success I've had with it that I think you can easily replicate with your business as well. One thing I would encourage you guys to do, if you haven't already, is every month when I do it, I do a look back at my previous month's closing, I make sure, if I haven't already, that I'm following and friending all my clients. I'm following and friending all of my referral partners. Maybe it's a listing agent I haven't worked with before that we're not friends with yet. I'm making sure that we're connected now on social media. So make sure you're following them as early in the process as possible. What I've started to do a little bit, and I need to be more consistent with this, is when you pre-approve someone, or even if you get a lead, as long as you can set expectations with them, say, hey, I provide a lot of education-based material on my Instagram or Facebook. Would it be okay if we connected on social media so you can see some of those different education points we may not have covered yet as you're thinking about buying a home and going through that pre-approval process? So if you can follow your clients as early on in the process, think of your social media, Instagram, Facebook, as a CRM. That's going to, again, have them see you when you're not talking to them, right? And then that's kind of brings me to my next point, is consistency is key. So if you can post stories on a daily basis or post something to where your sphere, which includes your clients, referral partners, friends, whoever it may be there when you physically can't be. So again, that kind of goes back to my point earlier about leveraging the use of one-to-many. You can have thousands of eyeballs view a video that you make about appraisal gaps, for example, or 2-1 buy downs, whatever it may be that you're putting out there, that you're educating your sphere with. Now, again, back to my story, I'm very education based, so you're not going to see me a lot, or see me doing a lot of funny TikTok dances or things that I'm just not accustomed to doing. A lot of what I do is education based, whether it's tips for renters or different pieces of advice financially, different strategies that can help get the offer accepted. Those are things that I'm posting personally about. Not to say like other types of posts aren't acceptable. This is not my brand. So again, everything that I do is succinctly tied to that overall arching theme of education. So if thousands of eyeballs can see something on a daily basis, again, that's leveraging the use of one-to-many, and you're being present when you physically can't be at that given point in time. This is another example. I'm going to see if I can exit out of this real quick and engage with your clients and realtors. So here's what I mean. So I followed a realtor for a long time. I've never gotten a lead from her. I have never done business with her, but I followed her for a long time on Instagram. I can tell she does a lot of business, and she's followed me as well. And I sent her this video a couple weeks ago, actually a couple months ago. And now we're working together actively on a couple things. So just a quick minute video. I should be able to play computer sound, I hope. 1 second here. Hey, Lori, Justin Allen here with you. Anybody hear that real quick? Just give me a good. Okay, cool. I'll restart it. So here's, again, realtor, does a lot of business, never worked with her in my life. Hey, Lori, Justin Allen here with you, Mortgage. Hope you had a happy new year. Wanted to reach out, introduce myself via video message, send a quick message as well. I know we follow each other on social media for quite a long time. Wanted to reach out and connect with you. I know you had a fantastic 2023. I'm sure you're going to have a great 2024 as well. Wanted to see how I can help continue to support your business. Right now we're extremely focused on helping our clients and our buyers and even our referral partners, obviously, help our buyers with creating affordability as we start to see rates move lower, which we're already seeing signs of that. I'm sure that strategy and education will shift more towards how can we be competitive with our offers and getting those offers accepted. So right now we're extremely focused on education, advice, making sure we're putting buyers in the best position possible, which obviously is helping buyers be confident, and obviously confident buyers equals confident offers, and we're starting to see really good success with that. So we'd love to share some of the strategies with you. Let me know when we can connect over the next few weeks, and look forward to it. Have a great rest of the day and a great weekend ahead. So again, not asking for business, providing value to her where I'm helping, hopefully able to help solve a problem. Not every realtor is going to respond, but sent this text message. Let me present this again. Hold on here. Sent that to her via text. There's a Loom video, and then here's her response a couple hours later. We met that next week. And again, I didn't ask for business, say, hey, send me leads or anything like that. But she found that video valuable enough of what we're focusing on, which is what I do on a daily basis anyways, but focusing on it in a way to where she finds value in it, to where I can help solve her problems that she's facing with her buyers, just given the market conditions that we're in. So really good response there. Now, again, not every realtor is going to respond, but it gives me the ability, going back to the social media CRM aspect of it, to where it gives me the ability to create as warm of connections as possible. Maybe I wouldn't have been able to, send this off to her or meet with her if I hadn't, followed her for a number of years or even a number of months. But social media helps create that warm connection because she saw my stuff on a daily basis, and likewise, I saw hers on a daily basis too. So we go from a position to where we're not working with each other at all. Fast forward a few months later to today, where we're actively working together to help build her business and help solve her issues through what we do on a daily basis, which is providing education, advice, and guidance to her buyers that she wasn't getting from her lenders previously. Lastly, importance of prospects. This kind of obviously speaks for itself. So, like I said earlier, it builds a bulletproof business in any market. If you can cast a wider net, build more relationships with more referral partners, that solves more issues, to where, if a certain group of referral partners are having a down year, which unfortunately a lot of them have been, a lot of realtors are also having great years as well. So if you can diversify your business and build a great referral source, that's going to help provide a bulletproof business in any market that you're working in. One of our core values written on the walls and HQ that I saw a couple of weeks ago, relationships over transactions. So if you're able to, again, go back to your story, create your story that you can connect with, that's relevant to you, that is going to develop a lifelong relationship and not just simply focus on the transaction aspect of the business. And one thing too is, don't be afraid to share your processes. So one of the things that we actively do on a daily basis is, when we meet with referral partners or even clients, we guide them to the point of they know exactly what to expect from us, and as far as the next steps are concerned. So no client's ever wondering what the next step is. We're guiding them from one point to the other, and that's what helps create confidence, not only for our realtors but also our prospects as well. And it helps helps get us to a point to where they can trust us because they know exactly what to expect. And then when they come across that situation, or their best friend also buying a house, it's an easy, instant connection because that trust is developed and that relationship is developed as well. Always think lastly about how to educate, empower, and solve people's problems. And you're just going to naturally develop more and more relationships, which will, again, go back to my point earlier, build a bulletproof business in any market. So I have a couple minutes for questions here. I am done rambling.
Justin, that was like drinking out of a fire hose. That was amazing. We got a couple questions here. Brian? You're on mute.
No questions. I didn't mean to do that. Hey, great stuff, Justin. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
There we go. No worries. Just a little positive feedback. Chris Rodriguez.
All right. Hey, thank you for the information. Your one-on-one meetings, when you're calling a realtor and you're saying, hey, let's go have a brewski or a coffee or chocolate milk, whatever drink of choice you guys have. 3 years as a realtor, I never had any mortgage loan officer say, hey, dude, let's get together, right? So I'm assuming you want to have those meetings, those one-on-one or two-on-one meetings with you having an agenda, without you looking to have an agenda kind of thing. How do you schedule those meetings? I mean, do you do make it a point, which I'm assuming the answer is yes, make it a point to talk business, or is it just breaking bread?
Yeah, so I mean that's probably even it's a great question. Probably a separate topic for even a sales huddle is just how that introductory realtor meeting looks. I mean, going into it in a nutshell for me is I'm doing research on the agent, kind of what production they've done, maybe who they're working with. The main thing I'm trying to solve for, or at least get to, is what pain points are they experiencing, not just with lenders. I'm not trying to have them bash lenders or anything like that. I'm trying to find out pain points within their business and how we can potentially solve for those pain points. And again, just really comes down to developing a relationship. So there's some people I've met in person where we've come to find out it's not a great fit for what their business model is and what our business model is, and that's okay. But think about going into it, how we can help build their business, what pain points they're having, and what can we do to help solve for those pain points. And right now, those pain points are easy. There's not inventory. Buyers have concerns about wanting rates to drop, wanting home prices to drop. So if you can build your points around that, you're going to be able to find a lot of success in being able to have a great meeting with a realtor when that time comes.
We've got a question from Ravi here. Not sure if you guys have met. He says, Justin, who has been a huge help this past year to help you tell your story and explain your processes? And why is it Ravi? Okay. All right. You guys take your crush elsewhere. Mr. Bauman, question.
Yeah. So how do you end each of your realtor meetings? So I always, when I end, I try to go and say, hey, let me tell you how I work. Basically, your next 2 referable deals, it's just to find out if we have a match, give me a shot, you see how I work, and then, we can see if we've got a match. Is there a specific way you end the meeting to plant the seed of an anticipation of them giving you a shot at their next deal?
What I've done recently is I've shared a lot of success stories with buyers we worked with recently. And one thing I will do as a follow-up to, I think I actually did this here with Lori. Speaking of Lori, I sent her a follow-up Loom video. I'll share with you guys in the chat, won't play it. But I essentially showed her, based off what we talked about in the meeting, she had wanted to know more about how we're helping create confidence in buyers, essentially, because she has a ton of buyers that want to buy. They don't want to buy because rates are so high. So I shared them some tools that we utilize on our end and how we're creating confidence in buyers. And I sent a Loom video, did a screen share, attached our realtor home buyer packet to an email, and then put together basically a presentation, not a presentation, but a professional email to her after the meeting. And, sure enough, just naturally within a couple of days, we were working together with some of her leads. So there's not like a canned follow-up presentation, just because you want to make that follow-up based off how your initial conversation goes, based off what their pain points are. But those are things you'll want to develop your follow-up on and based with and on what they share with you.
Amazing. All right. Well, it's 2:31, guys. Justin, thank you so much. Guys, you can always find these on the SharePoint Daily Sales Huddle website if you want to go back and reference or rewatch any of this. Obviously, we send the email out every day too with the recap. So if you know people who weren't on here that should have been, make sure you send them this link. Like I said, we've got a great cast of characters to finish out the week. If you've got some time, attend the real estate agent training with any realtors you can loop in the next 28 minutes here at 3 o'clock. I hope you guys all have a fantastic day, and let's all friend some realtors on Facebook and message them. So have a great day, everyone. Thanks, Justin.
Thank you.